Yes, good evening, Savva here from Football Heritage TV. We were waiting to see, weren't we? Was there going to be any news coming out of Tottenham Hotspur today? And again, the news that's been coming out of Tottenham Hotspur the last 3 days hasn't been great, has it? Nusa is going somewhere else. Doesn't look like there's any other irons in the fire. The defeat to Man City. And today we've had the news, and we'll look into it, that Hojbjerg is staying at the football club. It seems yet another player that we can't seem to offload. Another player where we won't actually get decent money because they're going to run their contract down. And what do I mean by that? I mean, even if Hojbjerg goes in the summer, he's got 1 year left on his contract. How much money are you going to make from a guy with 1 year left on his contract? So, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. We seem to keep doing this. And I want to talk to all of you lot about it. Talk to me. Hojbjerg. Surely you try and get some money for him, don't you now? No, we're going to wait another 6 months. He's got 6 months less on his contract. Then we'll probably get, 10 to 15 million? Listen. As much as I have a pop at Daniel Levy and his lot about spending money and stuff, you've got to make some money. You've got to sell some players. We're so bad at it. Harry Kane being the anomaly, obviously being the £100 million footballer. Other than that, we're not selling players for any fees at all, are we? The likes of City and Liverpool and Chelsea, they're selling their graduates for more money than we're making for our senior pros. And at some point, that's got to stop. So let me know in the chat, what are we making of this? Hojbjerg staying at Tottenham Hotspur. Let's have a look and see what was said. As you can see there, Fabrizio Romano said, Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg will stay at Tottenham until the end of the season. There, let me start that again, shall I? There, put the dentures back in. Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg will stay at Tottenham until the end of the season. The decision has been made. Despite several discussions with clubs around Europe, he was never close to leaving. Spurs always turned down loan bids, only considered permanent exit. And they went on to say, let's see, the player's lawyer went on to say, let me see if I can show that bit. There we go. I think it's right there. The player's lawyer confirms he's staying and he wants to help Spurs. Now, help Spurs. There's an interesting one, right? I'm sorry, I'm going to call it. The last 4 or 5 games I've watched this guy playing a Spurs shirt, he just looks dreadful. His passing, his sloppiness, he can't run. He can't run. And we've surely got to the point where he's got to be going, isn't he? He's got to be going. Listen, get your comments in. Let's talk about them. Getting in any other comments that we can discuss. Other news, there's talk about Jacob Ramsey, isn't there, of Aston Villa. Aston Villa, Everton, Forest, Newcastle, Chelsea. These clubs are struggling with FFP. And, you know, there's that bit of me that knew this wasn't going to happen, but thought to myself, could we go in, put a marker down and go and take a player, go and take a good player from a club that are struggling with their FFP? Could we be that club? Could we put a marker down and go, well, there you go. That's why we've done really well with our FFP. We're going to take X, Y, or Z. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Lots of talk of Jacob Ramsey. There's been lots of talk of Conor Gallagher. There was talk of Nusa, and that's not come off either. There was talk earlier in the window about Branthwaite, but obviously Branthwaite of Everton, but obviously we went and got Dragashin, so we don't need another centre-half at the moment. By the way, I think we will need a centre-half, another one, come the window. If we're in Europe next year, which barring an absolute collapse we're going to be, there's a lot of games of football. And this style of football and this squad, we will need a deep squad. Brighton are finding that out this year. Newcastle are finding that out this year. Villa are finding out this year. You're going to have to have reinforcements. Let's say hello to a few people. Let's see who's in the chat. Let some of the comments build up. Big up to Taylor, who's just become a new member. Big up to you, my friend. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone this morning that helped me get over the 13K mark. So thank you so much for that. If anyone does want to subscribe, it is in the chat. But Taylor, welcome to the Football Heritage TV family. And thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Daryl, big up to you. Always been there since day one. I think Daryl, possibly my first subscriber, has said, Ramsey, not ready. He needs a loan. So a no from me. I think for me with Ramsey, it's another one where you look at and go, good player, but does he take us from here to there? And that's where I'm at as a fan at the moment. We've got to stop signing players where you go, good player, but I feel it needs to go to the next level. I feel that's how all the clubs have got themselves to winning trophies. You get the next level. Big up to George, who said, looking forward to the show as always. Click the like button, please, and press the bell notification icon when the channel goes live. Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Thank you so much. So big up to you, George. Thank you so much. Ryan G is in the house. Ryan G, are you looking forward to getting Hwang back, Ryan, into your forward line? What a weekend. Up the Wolves, F the Albion. Yeah, very interesting game, your one. Couple of really good goals from Neto and from Cunha as well. Really like Pedro Neto. If that boy can keep himself fit, he's a top footballer. He really, really is. And Stay Humble is inquiring. Yes, how much can we have Neto for, please? Mr. M, big up to you. I hope you're well. There is the link, by the way. If anyone did want to subscribe, the link is there. Please feel free to subscribe. Ryan G, sorry, not Ryan G. Sorry, Mark Cook has said, big up Savva. Big up chat. Come on the Wolves at Ryan G. Ryan G has sort of become a bit of a legend in the chat for being a Wolves fan. Big up to you, Ryan. Let's have a look. Ryan Gloria is in the chat as well from Brighton Hove Albion. We get them all over here. Now, Liam has said a 3 out of 10 window. A 3 out of 10 window. I think that's a little bit harsh. But we did say, sorry, my front door's just gone, you can see. We did say that this window, I was just actually speaking to Stell about this offline, and there he is. Big up, Stell. And we were saying that, this window for me was going to show the ambition. This window was going to show, do we want to compete or do we want to just add more and more average players? And listen, I've got no problem with the signing of Dragashin. The signing of Werner, listen, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen as to whether or not he's going to turn out to be any good. For me, he's quick. We know he's quick. We absolutely know that he is quick. But is he a good enough footballer to take us to the next level? I'm not sure. For me, we seem to have signed a lot of quick wingers that aren't very good on a football. But, hey, that's just me. Big up to Ian Satwick in the chat. It said, big up, Savva. Just get rid of the Deadwood ASAP. It's not like we are short of money. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to know what's going on there because he was meant to go in the summer and it never materialised. A lot of talk about him going again this window and it's not materialised. And we are where we are. Good evening. Stay humble. Good evening to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Costa del Spurs, good evening to you. I said, Hojbjerg needs to go. So frustrating. Yes, he definitely did his best, didn't he, to gift Man City a couple of goals on Friday night. He really, really did. It's not like the dog is. If any of you can hear, sorry, my dog's found an empty toilet roll, the inner tube of the toilet roll, and apparently that's the best thing ever. Don't worry about all the expensive toys. Just a bit of toilet roll is lovely for him. Joel just said leaving would help. A lot of these comments are going to be about Hojbjerg. Leaving would help. What we'll do is we'll talk Hojbjerg, we'll talk some transfers, and then we'll have a look forward to Wednesday night's game against Brentford and Thursday night's transfer window closing. I think for me, the Hojbjerg news today kind of put a lid on whether anything else is going to happen. I don't know. Is there anything in the offing for Spurs? Another forward? Have we got the desire, the ambition? Have we got have we got the guts to go out there and really flex some financial power? I don't know. We'll have to see. Ian has said he has hindered us lately even more than Skippy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I thought when Skip came on the other night, he looked much better than Hojbjerg. And that's not me saying I rate Skip. I really, really don't. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, to Mark Changor. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Ryan has said Jacob Ramsey is a good player, just been struggling with injuries. He's better than Skip and Hojbjerg. For sure. He's much better than Skip and Hojbjerg. But I think from a Spurs fan perspective, is we need forwards. We need wingers and forwards. And thank you to the person that did just subscribe. Really appreciate that. So thank you very much for that. Big up to you as well, my friend. Big up to you. Nikki has said Kimmich and Bayern. That Kane deal might have stretched them. Who knows, mate? There's not a chance that Tottenham Hotspur, that, I don't know, maybe a loan deal. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that Spurs and Bayern Munich would get back into another office for a meeting about another player. We probably drained them in the summer and they drained us. So I can't see it. But listen, it's football. Crazier things have happened. Matthew Horsfield. So FFP rules need to be changed. Hasn't taken into account inflation. Listen, the whole FFP thing for me is just all wrong. It's all over the place. I agree with you. Something needs to give. Ian has said, why are we considering helping Chelsea for 80 million when we can get Kimmich for less? Mate, Ian, we are not considering paying 80 million for Conor Gallagher. I can assure you of that. Have you ever known Daniel Levy pay 80 million pounds for a footballer? Listen, I'm sure he probably had to have a 2-week holiday after paying 60 million for Richarlison. So don't worry about, that's never going to happen. Mark has said that defeat versus City has fully woken me up. Spurs, for me, lack ambition and a will to win. It is the shock to the system sometimes you need. So, Mark, are you telling me that you don't think we're winning the league title anymore? Look, Man City are Man City, right? When Man City play like that, it's men v boys against any team. I just think we could be happy we kept it down to 1. Realistically, they had chance after chance to bury us. So, listen, 1-0 is not the end of the end of the world. I think the biggest problem for a lot of people, Mark, I think the biggest problem for me, I don't know about most people in the chat, was that we didn't even have, we had half a shot in the entire game. It didn't really show a lot of, fight, a lot of character for me in that game. Thought we defended well, but didn't really show enough as a football team. Get that fraud Arteta out my club. Big up to you. Always love that name. Said, good evening, Savva and the chat. Good evening to you, my friend. Elliot Hyde's in the place. Big up to you. How's it going, brother? Hope you're well. Bill, hello, mate. Said, probably holding on to him in the hope he comes good. We will have some fans that say these words as well. I've had, listen, all I did, I put out an innocent post earlier saying, hey, what do you all think? What do you think? He's staying. Is it good? Is it bad? All this. And I've got loads of people coming in saying, oh my God, our fans are too harsh on him. He's a good player. It's like, oh, okay. All right. I didn't even sound of him, but okay. Mark said Ramsey is good, but not all that. Nikki has said that Matheus Cunha would be perfect for us too. Big up to Anna Dawes. How you doing, Anna? Has said, hey, Savva, Ramsey is a no from me. Young talents, future prospects, not for me. We need to level up. It won't happen with these types of players. We need first team worthy people. Who am I to argue with any of that? Who am I? Ryan has said the Spurs fans love me. Yes, Ryan, you're all we think about. You're all we think about. Big up to you. Big up to you. I'm not going to read this out for obvious reasons, but good evening to you, Adam Phillip. Yes, I'm not going to read that out for obvious reasons. Michael K has said, can we swap Ramsey with Johnson? He's bloody useless. Look, what I will say is I did see today that people have been abusing him personally to his Instagram, which I think is all sorts of wrong. But unfortunately, I do feel that we've made another horrendous error with a big money signing. So we'll see. Ryan has said that Neto will cost 70 million plus, according to the owners at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Look, he's a very good player. It's the fitness, though, right? Ryan, how many games? What? I know we always say he's injured, but how many percentage of games does he miss, Ryan? Let us know. SOF said, has Ramsey been injured this season? He looked good last season. Yes, I think he's had a bad injury this year. I like him as a player, but I just don't think it's what we need. I just don't think it's what we need right now. I really, really don't. I understood if we were getting go of a couple of our midfielders like Lo Celso and Hojbjerg, but it seems like we're not. And that's interesting for me that, again, Hojbjerg, isn't Lo Celso going to be down to 1 year on his contract as well in the summer? It's just like we're not getting money for any players. We're not actually bringing revenue into the football club from selling footballers. Tony De Silva, big up to you, Tony, has said, hello, mate. Sorry, it's hello, Savva. Hello to you, mate. What's your opinion on Ederson from Atlanta? I like him. A lot of people are raving about him. Same as anything, isn't it? You know, when I've seen him, he looks good. I think we overhype players very quickly, but he looks good. Yeah, he looks good. Big up, George, who's been a member for 7 months and said, congrats on the 13K, Savva, and thanks for the time and content you put out. You're more than welcome, and thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. And off the back of that, George has given away a channel membership for free to somebody. I'm going to try and find out who that went to. If you bear with me 1 second, it went to Ryan G. There you go, the Wolves fan that everyone loves. It's gone to Ryan G. Big up to you, George. Thank you for being very, very generous as always. It's always appreciated. I will never ask for people's money. Super chats are always welcome, but I'll never ask for people's money. But smashing the like button and subscribing is absolutely free. And it's pinned in the chat. It's free. There's no strings attached to it. A big up to Elliot, who said we might not be short of money, but it's how you spend it. 50 million for Rodgers has to be the end of the mediocre buying, please. I just feel it's mad, isn't it? Some of the money being banded about for these average footballers is crazy. Brennan Johnson's gone for big money. They're talking about, I mean, didn't Blackburn just turn down 20 million for Wharton? It's mad. It's absolutely mad for these homegrown players. Big up Martin Knightsbridge. How you doing, mate? Said, hi, Savva. I flew over for the game Friday. Was so excited and came out so deflated. So you didn't like the version of Ange Ball that you saw, Martin. Big up to you and Khaleesi the dog. Hope you're well. Yeah, it wasn't good from us, was it? It was like someone had forgot to tell the players that it was a cup game, you know, and we, you know, when you're playing the favourites, you've at least got to lay a glove on them, have some shots, get some balls in the box, you know, do something. And it was poor, wasn't it? It really was. Stay humble, said Hojbjerg, can now focus on us and show other clubs why they should be buy him by playing well. I just don't want to see him in a Spurs shirt. I'll be honest. I can't see how he plays when the guys are back from the AFCON and you've got Basuma Sarr, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Maddison. I can't see where this guy plays. Lo Celso as well. S.T. I said, good ending. Love it or hate it. I respect that you stick to your views. It's still, come on, you Gunners. I thought you were being too nice to me there. Daniel Turner, I said, ambition and ENIC doesn't mix. Look, for me, my problem with ENIC, it's not that they don't spend. I've always said they spend, right? But for me, it's always been about they stop when they could just go that bit further. Like in this window, loads of clubs are struggling financially. We could take advantage of that and haven't. You know, we bought in Dragoshin, good centre-half. Going to be really good more for next year, I think, than this year. But, you know, after that, Werner on loan and nothing else is really disappointing. And by the way, I don't care what other clubs aren't doing. Other clubs are struggling with their FFP. We're not. So I understand why Man U and Arsenal and these clubs aren't doing anything. Liverpool and City don't really need to do anything. I think we do. GBC, big up, mate. How are you? GBC fan has said, Kimmich is not the right midfielder for us, but maybe as an 8. Interesting. Let me know in the chat what you guys and girls think about Kimmich. Nikki has said Kane and Dyer deals in back-to-back windows of Bayern. Levy's an opportunist and making new buddies, it sounds like. Oh, I don't know if Levy's got any buddies in this world when it comes to business. Brian has said, Daniel said the piggy bank is empty until the summer. By the way, keep smash those like buttons. We should be at least on 100 and we're on 58. We should at least be on 100. And please do keep subscribing. It's much appreciated. Stevie C said, big up, Sav. Same old crap for me. Richest club in London and best we can get is Timo Werner. Even the media don't like us with the likes of Ivan Toney. We should be going after the likes of him and Jared Bowen. Look, for me, I agree. I just think there needs to be more ambition shown. Brennan Johnson wasn't ambition. Werner wasn't ambition. Valise is a kid. You know, I just felt there could have been a lot more. We've brought a lot of forwards in under Postecoglou, and not one of them does it for me at all, if I'm brutally honest. Martin Knightsbridge said Man City are a well-oiled machine, and to see the class up close was a sight to see. This is why, Martin, you know, when people were saying, Savva, just have belief that we're going to win the title, and you watch them and Liverpool play it, I just don't know how anyone thinks we're anywhere near those two clubs, but each to their own. Kobe Nashwana said, hope you're good. Will you not be going on side stream anymore or other YouTubers? At the moment, I'm just concentrating on myself, just doing my own solo shows. The only show you'll see me on other than mine moving forward will be Straight Facts with Terry on a Wednesday afternoon at 3:30. Other than that, it will just be myself on my own show. I like this format better. I'll be honest, it causes me less hassle trying to sort out guests and thumbnails and stuff. And I like the interactive vibe with all of you lot. And hopefully you all appreciate it because, you know, I will always get to your comments and I feel like I know you all now. But big up to you. Good evening to Alex McCarthy. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you are well. Stephen Murphy said we're at the early stages of a massive rebuild. Need to give the club and players time. Stephen, I think the problem is I'm 41 years of age. I've heard this line so many times that it doesn't really mean anything. I'll also ask you this. A rebuild from what? Do you mean a build? I don't know what we're rebuilding from, but listen, I don't think it's about giving the club and players time. Quality players are either quality players or they're not. GBC fan said, I was arguing with someone that said Mudryk was still a kid, even though he's like 23. Yeah, the 23-year-olds are not kids. I mean, they're not grown. They're not old, but by then they've played football a lot. You know, these boys have played football a lot. And it's why I don't do the whole, oh, Brennan Johnson's young. Is he? Is he? Deshaun has said we should get Chiesa from Juventus. Lots of people would like him. Levy with a bevy. Love that name. I just love that name and the little pictures. Said Hojbjerg ain't going anywhere because nobody is paying any more for that shit. Oh, yeah, interesting. By the way, come on, guys and girls, we've got to smash that like button and the subscribe. It's absolutely free. Come on, let's make the show worthwhile doing, people. Smash that button. Let's, as Richard Pugh would say, let's have a like party. Soundboy. Oh, sorry, I've just completely missed one there. Sorry, some bloke said, it's a never-ending supply of young potential is your thing. You'll cream yourself over Ramsey. Yeah, look, I think at some point, as I've said a number of times, it's got to stop being a never-ending conveyor belt of potential, hasn't it? It really has. Soundboy said, I find it sad that we support a club that is okay with just being okay. Look, I think things are going well. Things are going well, but I just haven't seen... You know, I haven't seen in the summer or this window where you just think, wow, I didn't see that signing coming, or, you know, just a statement, a real statement of intent. We should sell Johnson to Saudi for 150 million. Don't quite think anyone's going to pay 150 million for him. Custy has said Ramsey is good, but he has injury problems. Yes, I mean, I think most footballers nowadays seem to have injury problems, don't they? If we're going to be brutally honest, most of them do. But hey, it is what it is. Jeff has said, hi, Savva, how disappointed are you that we didn't get Noosa? Not really. Again, as from the tone of the show, for me, it's got to stop being 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. At some point, I want to get some senior pros that can come in and do something immediately. Alex McCarthy said, do you think a last-minute buy for Jota would be possible? That may be why we didn't pursue the Noosa deal. I doubt it. I mean, all the reports today are suggesting that he is going to West Ham. So West Ham, who have already got a better forward line than us, looking to add in Jota as well. I can't imagine they'll bring in Jota and Werner in the same window. I just can't see it. Elliot said we might not be short of money, but it's how you spend it. It's how you spend it. Johnson has to be the end of the mediocre buying. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Ian has said we need Eze and Elise and the number 9 that can hit the target. Look, as I said, I was talking to Stel before this show. I said, look, next year when we're in Europe, we're going to need a lot of players. Next year, I think we need another couple of fullbacks that can cover. I think we're going to need a full centre-back. I think we need a couple more midfielders with the likes of Lo Celso and Hojbjerg going. We're going to need a few more forwards, a couple of wingers and maybe a striker. It's a lot that will need to be done. It really is a lot that will need to be done when we're playing in Europe and playing twice a week. This year, we're going to play 41 games of football, which is nowhere near what our competitors are going to play. Even Chelsea, the other team in the top 10 that weren't in Europe, have played already, 5 or 6 League Cup games, now 2 FA Cup games, a 3rd FA Cup game. So we're really going to have to, we're really have to go some in the summer. But hey, in the summer, we'll do the same again. And then people will say, oh, it's a process. Daniel has said, Hojbjerg doesn't even look like he wants to be here. His performances have been shocking, absolutely shocking. Bill has said we need to change our club motto to it's the taking part that counts. To dare is to take part. To dare is to take part, right? Yeah, I know, mate. It's tough. Ramsey is another Johnson if we're not careful. Yeah, I can't see that we're going to go in for Ramsey. I'll be livid if we spend another 50 million on a young midfielder when we need forwards. But we'll see. Jasmine Chin has said, all right, Sav, in my opinion, Nico Williams for the summer, around 50 million would be the best winger signing we could make bar Neto, but he is injury prone. I'm starting to see a pattern. A lot of footballers seem to be very, very injury prone. But yes, I would definitely take Nico Williams. Absolutely. I really, really would. Where are we? There's the link, by the way. So if anyone would like to subscribe, that's the link in the chat. If you do see the word featured, that means it's to subscribe. That one's on Twitch. That one's on YouTube there. Jay Erdin said Spurs keep buying project players when we need world-class and or consistent players. I mean, what will the shite players do in the Champions League? Yeah, as I just said there, mate, you're going to have to mix it up when we go in the Champions League. We can't be going into the Champions League with people like Brennan Johnson and Richarlison. We just can't. GBC has said Lego should make a Lego set. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium so Levy can make more money. Don't. He's probably speaking to them about it. Same Spurs. Doesn't feel like anything has changed. Look, I think we've tried to adapt a more attacking style of play. I do think people are figuring it out. I really do. What's the line? When I was speaking to Sean, what was the line I used? I can't remember what I used. I'll think of that. I'll come back to you in a minute. But yes, I agree. I can see baby steps of what we're doing, but no real, I don't know. I just thought with everyone in FFP trouble, just thought, could we have put a statement out there? Could we have shown some real intent? I don't know. No. Listen, I'm not. I think he's a good player, but listen, look, you would expect a team like Brentford to be picking up a player like that, have him for 2-3 years, sell him on for more money. You would. But yeah, hey, you wasn't. Oh God, Mickey van der Ven's the best defender at the club by a country mile. That guy is absolutely class, Mickey van der Ven. Guys and girls, I'm going to switch the attention. I'll ask the question. Go back to the comments and let new ones come in. Brentford at home on Wednesday night. What are you expecting to see? Should we be battering them? Should we just be scraping a win? What's your front three? Does he mix it up? Does Maddison start? Does Kulu go back to the right? Does Richarlison go left? Does Johnson go through? What do you make of it all? I'd be tempted to maybe play Timo Werner through the middle, try and utilise his pace that way. Robert, so let me know in the chat and I'll catch up with that in a minute. Robert Wilson said, yup, it's just the same old Spurs. Jay has said, I love Ange and I can see what he's doing and can understand what he's working with is difficult, but that's his job. And I believe a big clubs get rid of skill and Hojbjerg and bring in quality. Yeah, look, I agreed. You look at all the midfielders that Liverpool brought in, none of them are at that poor standard of Hojbjerg, are they? I think Neto has only played 30 plus Prem games in a season once. Yeah, that's a worry, isn't it? That's a bit of a concern. ST has said it's always one or two players away from brilliant. We're the same at Arsenal, always one or two away. For me, I think we're a lot more than one or two away. I think when people say one or two, they're talking about an 11. For me, football isn't about an 11 anymore. It's about a squad. But yeah, I hear you, mate. I absolutely hear you. I thought Mickey van der Ven was excellent. He was my man of the match, without a shadow of a doubt, kept us in that game. I thought some of the others looked shaky. He just looked like a Rolls Royce. GBC said, oh, yeah, where are all the transfers Angus said were going to happen? Listen, if Angus tells you it's Monday, check your calendar. It's probably Tuesday. Leave you with a bevy. I don't know what people actually expected against City. We have 0 attackers in our front three who can control the ball or know which direction the goal is. Embarrassing. They all need removing. Well, I'll tell you the funny thing was, how many people said we were going to win? How many people said we were going to win, leave you with a bevy? Because they go on emotion rather than realism. Ronnie, big up, Ronnie. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Has said, would rather wait for the summer to sell PEH. Gives time to find suitable replacement rather than rushing in the last days in the window. Ronnie, listen, thank you for the super chat, but it's not been a rush. They've had months to sort this. I know people look at the transfer window as an isolated month, but you do realise that this is what Rob McKenzie, Johan Lang, Paratici, all of their job is to deal with this before the transfer window opens. You know, if we're going to say give us time to find a replacement, do we need to find a replacement? We're playing once a week. Do we need him? But big up. Thank you for the super chat. It's a good talking point. Let us know in the chat what you think. Would you rather sell him? Would you rather sell him or would you rather keep him? Let me know, people. Let me know. Oh, hang on, what's that? Is he going? Is he staying? I mean, let me. Sorry, would you keep him? Would you sell him? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Oh, 1 second. Let me just quickly do this. I'm gonna customization. Let's add that. Where are we? Add that. That's Hotspur. Here we go. Let's do that. Okay, sorry, just had to do something there. Yeah, so let me know what your feelings are. Let me know what your feelings are on that. Look, for me, I just think this is their job. Their job all year round, right? Their job all year round is to be dealing with transfers, and they know who's coming, they know who's going. So for me, this isn't the last couple of days of the window at all. Ryan has said, I always worry when quick players come back from hammies, but he looked quality. Yeah, listen, he did look very good. He's a class act. For me, he's the main one. He's the main guy for me. He's the main guy. But Ronnie, sorry, thank you. I should say thank you more. So I do appreciate that. Dream MV has said, Elise is the man for Spurs. SOF has said Spurs spend big on average players that will accept 80k a week. They don't spend the extra 20 million plus 250k a week wages on top players. need at least 2 this summer. Allison and VVD, for example. Listen, said it all along. Listen, it's all well and good right now. If we for finishing 5th or whatever, we're all well and good. If you've got dreams of going higher, you've got to do exactly what you've said here. Ian Smith said, I was at the game on Friday. We were never in the game. City bullied us. Yeah, it was from minute 1 to minute 96. It was just domination, wasn't it, really? I think City flexed their muscles. Come on, guys and girls, let's get a couple of subscribers in at least, shall we, to make this hour and a half worthwhile. The link is in the chat. Just quickly smash it, and we all feel better about ourselves. You've done something good. I feel good. It's all great. Elvis K said, I love it this way, Savva. Keep it up. The big up to you. Big up to you, Elvis. Thank you. Lewis has said, evening, Savva. Chelsea have had a poor season, but still reached a cup final and beat us 4-1 at home. We've got a long way to go. Yeah, we have. We have got a long way to go. I think everyone knew that. I just want to see that at some point we're going to really, really give a good fist of it. To be honest, that's what I want to see. A real good fist of it. GBC fan has said Vlahovic would be the best striker for Ange's system, but Juve will probably want 70 million or more, even if he wants to move. Yeah, and that straight away takes him out from being a target for Daniel Levy, doesn't it? So absolutely. Mark Changra said, when you hear things like our name is on the cup, I've never understood that. You have to earn it. Hang on, Mark. You've been telling me that we're in a title race all season, and we're now 8 points off the top. So hang on, you've been doing exactly the same as those people with the FA Cup. Our name isn't on it if you don't have a shot at goal, right? I can't. Stevie C, 1 second. Stevie C has said, we don't spend that much. 47 million for Johnson isn't that much in today's market. 47 million won't get you that much either. Spurs will... Well, hang on. For 47 million, you could have had Jeremy Doku. You could have had Anthony Gordon. You could have had Kudus. You could have had Cole Palmer. All players that went for less than 47 million in the summer. Let that sink in. 47 million. Madness. But I hear you, Stevie. I do. I hear you. Big up, Philly, the brother from another mother. Big up to you, bro. I hope you are well. Really, really do. Mohammed Riyad has said we need experienced players that are ready now, not players that will be ready in 3 years. Yeah, look, I think a lot of people think that it is like Football Manager from a point of view that you just bring in loads of players who are 18, 19, and then by the time they're all 22, 23, 24, they've all progressed to be brilliant. They're all still here. Nothing's changed and we win everything. And it just doesn't work like that. There is a notion in football as well that every young player is going to turn out good. And I've never understood it. Not every young player is going to do what Bale did or Kane did. Yeah. Some of them end up doing what Harry Winks and Tommy Carroll and Ollie Skip do, right? So, you know, Jay Erdin said we need consistency with our players, not kids. I mean, we say it was Skip, a kid in a manned game. And Savva, when was the last time we had 11 players on the pitch all working, or a bench where you're scared? No, of course. Look, well, we haven't got that. We didn't do that in the summer. I thought we made some really good signings to begin with. Madison, Vicario, Van der Ven. Then when you started to see it was Valise, Phillips, Solomon, Johnson, I just thought, oh, we started here, not there. We started with players here, then started going down, didn't we? And hey, it is what it is. Jay has said, all this richest club talk is nonsense. I would rather be like Brighton. Big up to each and every one of you. Come on, we've got to get a few more subscribers. Got to. Come on, people. SOF has said, our fans think the Spurs can keep buying young players. And in 3 or 4 seasons, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't work that way. Players come, players go. Other players in the team move on. You evolve. It is what it is. Joe said football should be relatively easy. Scoring goals equals winning games. So sign decent forwards. We spoke about this morning, Joe. You know, other than Son, in the last 9 years, I can't remember one forward we've signed where I've said, oh, that's good. Oh, that's tasty. We don't do it. And in that time, Liverpool have signed Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, Nunez, Soboslai. You know what I mean? It's like they just constantly sign players at that level. That's the level we need to be signing. Phil, has said the participation award. Yes, everyone likes a participation award. GBC fan has said Jacob Ramsey seems like a smokescreen for someone. Listen, hopefully, let's see if it is a smokescreen. I haven't seen anything concrete either. I think it's just said that we admire him. I think we admire a lot of people. Interesting point here from GBC. Said too many footballers are being overplayed during their teenage years, which is probably why they keep getting injured now. Grandpa knees. A lot to be said for that. Plus, all the games now are like 100 minutes. They're not 90 minutes anymore. The stopping and starting from VAR. Yes. Leave you with a bevy. He said, oh, there is bunch of wasters. Wow. Oh, my God. Here he is. Here's Angus. Said, evening, Savva. Just been on Terry's channel. Henry thinks Mayweather better than Al Ali, but you should have heard his reason why. I mean, oh, God, I'm not getting involved in boxing talk. I'm not getting involved in boxing. I don't know nearly enough about it. SOF said, Ange is 58 and ambitious. I can't see him staying for many years waiting on a project. Real will be open in 18 months. Bayern could look at him. He hasn't spent more than 2 or 3 seasons in one place. Well, you've always got that as well. There's always the worry that, well, hang on, what if we don't give the manager what the manager wants? At what stage does that manager then bugger off? And unfortunately, that's a risk you've got to take if you don't give managers what they want. Faz Radfar, big up, Faz. How you doing, bro? Has just said big up, Savva. Big up to you as well, my friend. Big up to you. Right, so here we go. God, I asked this ages ago, but here we are talking about Brentford, right? We'll talk about it a lot more in tomorrow morning's show. GBC fan has said, Mickey, oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted. It was this one. We will lose to Brentford. I don't think we will. I think we'll win, but Adam has said 3-1 Spurs. The Cockerel Crows, just a Jimenez, just a Vlahovic. Go out and get a Bakayoko. Go and get someone that gets the fans excited. You know, it doesn't always have to be, I don't know. You know what I mean. Big up to Daniel as well. Big up. Hope you're well. Draw with Brentford or lose if Tony's on it. Tony coming back really does change the script, doesn't it? But we should have too much for them. If we lose to Brentford, I'll be really disappointed because that would be 1 win in 4. The Cockerel Crows. I would be tempted to do this as well, mate. I would be very tempted to do this as well. I think that Werner on the left wing hasn't got anything to be scary about. His pace through the middle has. Luke Jarvis has said, Savva, get me Rafinha. Mate, I'm not in charge of recruitment at Tottenham. If I was, I would get you Rafinha. All right, buddy? I would, I promise. Much better than the wingers we've got. Jay Erdin has said we're going to have 65% possession and 8 shots on target and Werner and Richie to score 2-0. That's very, very precise. That's very precise. I hope put some money on that. Put some money on that. Get the fraud Arteta out of my club. I said Kulu, Johnson, Richie, my front 3 for Brentford. You don't think Timo Werner will play? Interesting. Ryan said, I knew it was going to go off. Hang on. No. Richard Pugh said, sell him, although it looks like he wants to stay anyway. Oh, yeah, if we're talking about Pure Hojbjerg. By the way, just so you know, in the FA Cup game, it's currently Blackburn and Rovers 0, Wrexham 1. Blackburn of the Championship 0, Wrexham of League 2 1. So Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney will be very, very happy. Luke said, get rid of PHE. The guy is mid-table. Philly said, call me Pac-Man. I would take the money now. You may not get it again. Mate, listen, all day long, I'd take the money. Emery, 3-point collectors. I say Ramsey's been poor for us this season. Doesn't pass the ball well enough for an Emery team. According to you, Savva, what is our best midfield 3 if everyone's fit? Tottenham's best midfield. For me, I've always said I want to see Basuma, Bentancur, Maddison. That's the midfield I want to see. I've never seen it. That's what I want to see. But as we said, we're going to need all the midfielders next year for when we're playing in multiple cup competitions, and we will be in Europe, barring a disaster. I think it will be terrible to not finish in Europe from the current position that we are in. George has just said the more players out, the better. Levy with a bevy. I agree, George. Levy with a bevy has said Hojbjerg thinks because he knows he throws a last-ditch tackle in now and again, a big club will come in for him. They won't. Clubs look at stats and do their due diligence. I just don't think he's very good on the ball. And nowadays, I think you've got to be good on the ball to play for a good team. Okay, cool. I said back last summer, our issue was defence. That's been fixed. Now we need to fix our attack. Remember, we are 6 months into this. Yes, but remember, we've signed a lot of forwards. We're making it sound like we haven't had the opportunity to. Just remember, in the forward areas, he signed Timo Werner, Brennan Johnson, Valise, Kulusevski, and Solomon. He's had 5 players to get that right. I say him, the club have had 5 players to get it right, and not one of them is that right man. So, when we say 6 months into it, we've bought players. Boxing Kangaroo said, I would rather have seen Dragusin come on out of position and get PH off. He was dreadful the other night. He really did his best to try and gift City some goals. Bill has said, I think we'll beat Brentford, but this myth that we defend well and have a great defence needs to be said. We're already halfway to what we conceded last season. Look, I think we've obviously improved at the back, but we do still give away a lot of chances. We really, really do. Alex McCarthy has said, problem with Hojbjerg is he thinks he's better than he actually is. I think he's getting in starting 11 for thinks he's getting in starting 11s for top teams. Mid-table player at very, very best. Completely agree with you. Richard Pugh, absolutely, bro. Can you believe this? Not even 100 likes. I mean, we have now since you put this in, but let's have a like party. And Richard, tell the people in the chat, we need to have a subscribe party as well. Everyone likes a subscribe party. Big up Spurs FC. Thank you very much. Yeah, we did pass 13,000 subscribers earlier this morning. I can't believe it, really. When you first start this, you think, oh, if I get to 1,000, I'll be lucky. Then it's, oh, if I get to 3,000, then it's 5, then it's 10. But yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Emery 3 points collectors has said, I think you will finish above us this season. We are not creating enough. So you're Aston Villa. I think it's going to be tight. I don't think we're creating enough either. If you want me to be brutally honest with you, big up Richard. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel. I agree. I completely agree with you. I genuinely think this was a panic buy. I really, really do. Liston Hines said Hojbjerg puts his nose up to mid-table teams, unfortunately. Yeah, I think he does. Listen, I think Hojbjerg's a wonderful character. I think he's probably very good to have around the dressing room, but that's where it ends for me in terms of quality. And the big word, the Q word, Q, quality. I'll say this to anybody and everybody. We can talk all day long about patience, process, building. Players will get better. Quality is what's needed. Quality is what wins you things. Yeah. If you have a look, right? Leicester won the league as an anomaly, right? Since nothing, right? Since no league challenges, not up there, being relegated. You know why? You've got to sustain it with quality. And that's what City have got, right? Quality throughout in abundance. Where I blame Dev. Big up, bro. Thank you so much. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Said, I still feel there's a twist to the tail in our window. Don't know who, but let's pray for a VDV-esque purchase on deadline day. Come on, you Spurs, and big up Savva. Blame Dev. I really hope you are right, my friend. I really do. My worry with a type of VDV type signing is we've seen how long it takes Levy to get those deals over the line. Look how long it took us to get Dragusin over the line. It was something like 12 days of negotiations. Listen, I'd love there to be a VDV-esque, but in a striking area. I'd love to come back on here on Thursday night and go, that's the signing we needed. That's the one. But fingers crossed, Blaine Devon. Thank you so much. It's very, very generous of you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Peter said defence is looking very solid. I mean, we say defence is looking really solid. I mean, Man City had chance after chance after chance. So I don't know. I mean, we're conceding a lot of chances for a defence that we keep telling everybody that we're solid. We conceded an abundance of chances. We looked wide open against Man United. Brighton destroyed us. Everton had loads of chances. Bournemouth had loads of chances. Yeah, you know. Yeah, no, Mark, I hear you, mate. I was just winding you up, mate. I'm just winding you up. Jacob Ramsey is probably a smokescreen for awarding Skip and Hojbjerg new contracts. Don't see when you say these things in jest, it scares me. Leave you with a bevy. It scares me that it could come true. Bill has said us and Chelsea linked with John Duran apparently. I mean, just wow. Is this this is the sub striker, right? This is the rotation player at Aston Villa. I've not seen enough of him, but I'm guessing the fact I've not seen enough of him tells me my answer. I love this. This is brilliant. This is my favourite comment of the day so far. Let's see if anyone can beat this. We monitor more people than the CIA. I love that. Constantly, Spurs have got their eyes on. Spurs are monitoring. Spurs are watching. Spurs are keeping tabs on. You know, you name it. Right, let's play a game. We love playing a game. It's 1957. It's 7:57 in the UK. All right. Tell me, right, what you've read about Spurs in the past, monitoring. You know, watching, scouting, that one. What is it? What are the best lines you've heard about Spurs in the transfer market? Big up to Rights Wildlife. Big up to you, bro. Hope you're well. He said, Savva, big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. Much love to you and the family. Big fan of your content. Big up to you, bro. Thank you for the kind words. Nice to hear nice things every now and then. I think the internet's kind of forgotten that, hasn't it? CFC Nobar said, why are you not on Saeed's channel? I'm not on anyone's channel anymore, if anyone's noticed. I'm just taking a step back and doing me. I'm just going to do my own content for a while. Otherwise, you end up streaming 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and it becomes boring. I'll be honest, I don't think I can talk football anymore for 8 hours a day. It's very, very, very draining. So I'd rather do a few things with you lot every day and enjoy it. You know, you think I did an hour and a half earlier, we'll do an hour and a half tonight, and it's much more enjoyable. I can't see it being legit, Ryan. I mean, if it is legit, fair play, but I just can't see this being legit. Nor can I see the amount of people that aren't subscribing being legit. Smash that like button and subscribe. It's absolutely free. I'll never ask for anything else from you in terms of money, but smash those like and subscribes, people. By the way, somebody's deleted some comments from a person here, and I can't see why. I don't know if they were actually that rude. So please, can we only delete comments if they're rude? Otherwise, people get turned off the channel. So big up mods. I appreciate you, but let's make sure that we're only blocking people for being really, really rude. All right. Joshua said Kimmich would be a statement, but City and Liverpool want him. Oh, yeah, we're not signing Kimmich. We all know that. Nige, big up Nige, has said, we will beat Brentford. Confident Matters will pull the strings. Yeah, I guess it depends how fit he is. I'll be honest with you. I said this before the City game, and everyone mocked me for this. I didn't think he was when he came on, you could see that this was a bloke who looked so not ready for first-team football. It was unreal. This is a bloke that has been training, but looked so unfit. Play him if he's fit. If he's not, you can't. But yeah, listen, hopefully if he does play, he pulls some strings. And we'll take it from there. Oh, one second. What's going on there? Sorry, 1 second. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, so for me, I think, you know, James Maddison, I think we've got to be careful with his his integration back into the team for me. SOF has said Spurs will win by an odd goal, but wouldn't shock me if it's a draw. Rare occasion they have a better attacker, Tony, than Spurs. Maddison definitely has to start, provide our average attack service. Yeah, if he's fit, start him for sure. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Paul123 said, we are not going to push on, are we? Always the same. Never go the extra mile in transfers. Look, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, look, it's tough to see that. I don't think we've done anything in the last two windows. I think we've made some good signings, but you've got to remember when we sign players like Maddison, Van der Ven, players like the Vicario, we've been so starved of success that we think these are world-class players. They're good players, but this is what we should have been buying for years. That should be the standard. Yeah. I think a bit harsh. PH isn't that bad. Not for me. Not for me. He's never really been the guy that I want to see at Tottenham, if I'm brutally honest. Kimmich, Bentancur, and Madders, great midfield three. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it. GBC fan said, let's have a Stewie party. Stewie is downstairs with his mummy. I won't see him all the while I'm up here whilst the wife is at home. Rob Hotspur said, we have a mid-table front three. Until this club is brave and by real quality, we will just continue as a top four chaser. Absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on. Angus has said, Jota from Celtic is a miles better player than Johnson. I completely agree with you. Would I take Leroy Sané? Absolutely, all day, every day. Have you seen the crap wingers we have to watch week in, week out? Of course I would take Leroy Sané. Yes, absolutely. Daniel Griffiths has said, already forgot we had Gio. Again, got to move him on no matter how much potential he has. PH2. I mean, we can't talk about players like Lo Celso potential. He's not that age anymore. He's been at this club 5 seasons, made of biscuits, done nothing for me in a Spurs shirt. Let him go. But again, he's going to have 1 year left on his contract in the summer, so you're going to get hardly anything for him. Mark has said Villa got cup replay plus Europa still to play, so I think Spurs should just finish above them. You'd like to think so. If we finish below Aston Villa after they're in all these competitions, doesn't really say a lot for us, does it? Philly has said, I would take Zubimendi, and he covers the defence and allows players like Basuma, Bentancur and Sarr to express themselves. I would love a Zubimendi. That's the sort of signing where I look at and go, yes, that's the sort of signing where I think, yes, that is who we want. That's the sort of player who, I'll tell you, he's just different, just quality. He's got it in his feet, hasn't he? Paul, you're spot on. Who wouldn't take Sane? Absolutely. GBC fan has said Sane would be good here at right wing, but keep him away from left wing. Also, he has to learn to pass more. Quite possibly. I think he'd be distraught to leave Bayern Munich and come to Tottenham. Levy of Bevy has said, your subs will keep growing as long as you interact with your chat as much as possible. Those who stop and only read super chats will stall. Listen, I've always read out chats. Super chats are nice, but I always read out the chats because I think, isn't that what these shows are meant to be about? Like a bit of interacting with each other and giving a platform. Hey, we'll see. Blaine Dever said, by VDVS, I mean Van der Vaart. Oh, sorry, Blaine Dev. Sorry, mate. I thought you meant Mickey Van der Ven. Oh, mate, I'd love it. Oh, now you're changing the conversation. I would love it. Yeah, you meant the former Van der Ven. Yeah, listen, mate, I would absolutely love that to be the case, that type of player. But we'll see. Peter, so of Liverpool's, but they're still top of the table with the best defence in the league. So, awkward, isn't it? Awkward. Yeah, right. City had 17 attempts on the goal before scoring. Imagine our defence playing badly. I know. We really are over-egging. For me. Listen, I think we've got a good defence, but I still think we concede a lot of chances and a lot of goals. I mean, I'll take that. Decent. I'll take that. I've been called a lot worse just today. I'll take that from you. By the way, Blackburn have turned it around at Ewood Park. It's now Blackburn Rovers 2, Wrexham 1. Okay, all right. Let's just, okay. Manny has said, hope hope okay to ask a not too personal question. Lots of people asking for you on Said's show. You were missed. Yeah, listen, I wanted to come away from a lot of the panel shows. And I wanted some time back to myself. That's all it was. There's nothing else in it. It is what it is. And I'm much happier doing it this way. I'm much happier. And I want to be happier in myself. Anastasia Date 101 has said, I'm hoping like Biss was bad first season. Johnson may come good next season. He's a confidence player and he's rock bottom. Yeah, but the thing is, we'd all seen Basuma play really well for Brighton. I've never seen Johnson play well for anyone, whether it be Wales or Forest. So I think that's the difference for me. Philly has said there's fit and there's match fit. There's no way Bentancur, Romero, Van der Ven and Maddison are match fit. I agree with you. Yes, I didn't get it, unfortunately, my friend. I didn't get it, unfortunately. But listen, there's a lot of good people who do what I do. So, hey, it is what it is. And we go again, right? We go again. Mark has said, it may sound harsh, but I hope South Korea and Senegal lose, then they could be back for the Everton match. It doesn't sound harsh. I hear you. I don't think they are going to, though. I just can't see South Korea losing that game. And by the way, Senegal are winning 1-0. Just as I don't know what time you put this comment in. Senegal, let me go over to Sky Sports and have a look. By the way, you can watch football on other channels as well. Oh no, that's not Senegal. It says Senegal and there's tennis on. Okay. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Senegal 1, Ivory Coast 0. Is our boy playing for Senegal? Let's have a look. Papa Sarr is playing in midfield for Senegal today, and Diallo got the goal. Diallo got the goal for Senegal. So Senegal 1 at the moment. They're going through versus the Ivory Coast, but only 7 minutes gone in that game. Is there a midfielder like Van der Vaart out there? Great question. Chuck some names. Guys, midfielders like Raphael Van der Vaart. Let us know in the chat. Raphael Van der Vaart. Agree, Ryan. Interaction here is good. Savva always reads out as much as possible. I try, mate. I do try. I really, really do try. And BT, absolutely, mate. Let's get a couple of more subscribers for the evening to make the show really, really worthwhile. Smash that like button as well. 157 likes. Let's get that to 200. We're going to go for another 10 minutes or so. GBC fan said, our defence isn't the reason why we concede so many chances. It's because the midfield and attack is so lazy and they don't even press and track back properly. So the defence gets left out to dry. I disagree. I think that we play such a high line that if you actually watch a lot of the time, because I'm not blaming them, but because Porro and Udogie are forced to play inside a lot, teams go down the line. They know what we're going to do. I'm not saying it's not this at all, but I think there's a lot of factors to it. Sebi said Johnson's first full season for Forest, he was brilliant. Yeah, that was in the Championship and playing counter-attacking. There's a huge difference between the Championship and the Premier League. But hey, who am I to argue? Ryan G has said, South Korea out yet? I want Hwang back. They're not yet. Sorry to disappoint you. Levy with a bevy has said, I don't see us finishing top 4 with our atrocious forwards and the performances they're chucking in. Top 6 at best. Look, I mean, the one thing I would say about that is if we actually look here at the Premier League table, if I can find it, there we go. If we actually look at the Premier League table, there we go. I mean, West Ham are 5 points back. Can we see them overtaking us? Brighton, Man U, and Chelsea are 8 and 9 points back. Can anyone really see them overtaking us? It means whatever we do, they've got to do 3 wins better. By the way, I'm just having a look at this goal here. Oh, great goal. That was a really good goal, that was, from Senegal. Really good work from Mane and a great finish. Great finish there. Look, so for me, for us to not finish top 6 now would be terrible because of the gap we've created. But we need to win. Look, we've only won one of our last 3 games in the league. We need to win on Wednesday night just to get that pressure back up there. But listen, it is what it is. Guys, girls, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to overcook it. Otherwise, shows get a bit monotonous and boring. So listen, please smash the like button. Please subscribe on your way out. If we can get 3 or 4 of you right now before the show ends, that would be amazing. Here is the link. Get 3 or 4 of you that would be amazing. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the super chats. We'll be back tomorrow, as always, for the 10 a.m. show. And I look forward to speaking with you all then. We've got watch along on Wednesday night for Tottenham Hotspur versus Brentford. And then we've got some transfer deadline shows on Thursday. So much love, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Take care. And I will see you tomorrow. But smash this button here before you go. Take care, everyone. See you later. And as always, come on, you Spurs.